Alright, in this video, we're going to do something I've been wanting to do for a while. We are going to hear the Burls recorded in the Pro Tools at 96 kilohertz and the MCI JH-24 recording at 30 IPS. I love 15 IPS too, I love the low end of it, but 30 IPS, we're just going to do that because I like the high end and the polished finesse of it. Now, the Burls are considered very high-end converters. I've owned a lot of different converters. I've had Apogee X series for over 20 years, and I own 002s, and I've owned all sorts of converters. The Burls are very high-end and the best converters that I ever heard in person. To me, I consider them expensive as fuck. It seriously, it hurt me to spend that much money on converters. But that being said, I did it, got it out of the way, and do not regret it at all because they just sound awesome. Many times I don't even hit tape when I'm recording bands. I just go through the Burls and it's warm, fat, and musical. But that being said, I do like hitting tape, certain styles of music. There's nothing better than having a band play all at once, rolling that 2-inch fat-ass tape machine, capturing it, then transferring it through the Burls, and using the power of the DAW. I wouldn't want to have just digital or just analog. I love having it's the best of both worlds. But if I did have to get rid of one, the tape machine would go just because DAWs are too powerful and the Burls sound great. That's just a little extra added bonus of fatness that I like having, and to me it's worth it. Now, if I had to pay a tech to fix stuff all the time, I probably wouldn't want to hang on to it. But being that I'm kind of handy and I fix it myself, I refurbish the whole thing, it's worth having for me. So we're going to hear the difference, mainly on drums. We're going to hear kicks, snare, toms, cymbals, and we're going to hear it through the Burls, and then we're going to hear it on 2-inch tape. Okay, so we have 12 mics on the kit. We are going to go through them. If you've seen my other videos, it's pretty much the same thing. There's a reason why I do things the way I do them. Inside the kick drum is a Yamaha MZ204. It's about halfway in, facing towards the beater but cocked to the right. Outside the kick is a Neumann FET 47. Snare top is a little bitty Shure Beta 98. Snare bottom is a Shure SM57. Hi-hat is a Neumann KM84. Both toms is a Sennheiser MD421. The stereo overheads are these AKG 451Es. The mono room mic is this Neumann U87. It's about 6 feet in front of the kit. About 3 feet, 2.5 feet high. And that's set to mono, and I got it set to cardioid. I usually set these to omni, but today I'm setting it to cardioid. And then what I'm calling a stereo room mic is this R88. This is a dual ribbon mic. And you see this white line right here? That's the center. And there's a ribbon going this way and a ribbon coming this way. So if you look at the white line, I have that lined up to where it's going right down the center of my kick and snare. That's my stereo room mic. So all 12 of those microphones, I got 10 of them going through these vintage API 312s from Wally Heider Recording Studios 4 console, the Domidio console. And that's kick in, kick out, snare top, snare bottom, tom, floor tom, overhead left, overhead right, hi-hat, and the mono room mic, which is the U87. 10 API 312s. Then the R88 is going through these Telefunken V72s. These are tubed preamps. They're from the 50s. I bought these off Alan Sides from Ocean Way Studios, and he got them from Wally Heider Recording when he bought out Heider Studios. So all 12 preamps that we're going through at one time were being used in the Wally Heider Recording Studio, which is pretty cool. Same thing with this microphone, the U87 and the KM84. So 12 tracks in the box. Kick in, kick out, snare top, snare bottom, tom, floor tom, stereo overhead, hats, mono room, stereo room. And then if you come down to the console, kick in, kick out, snare top, snare bottom, tom, floor tom, stereo overhead, hats, mono room, stereo room. Same as in there. There is no processing, no plugins at all. We're not doing that at all. All we're doing is listening to drums being hit through the Burls and then the tape. This is not a Burls verse tape. This is just to hear little differences. I like both for different reasons. I like the accuracy and the impact of the Burls, but I like the openness of tape. Now, before I get a bunch of people saying it's not fair because these tracks are louder than those tracks, well, it's deceiving. The rack tom is right at 5. And the floor tom is right under. Now, let's go over here. And you can see, they look the same size. This is what you just heard. And then this is the other drum tracks. Now, let me get to the tom part here. I'm going to highlight it. Now, these are all on the same tracks. Now, look at the highlighted tracks, the tom and the floor tom. Let's see where the tom and floor tom peak at. 10, just above 10. And just above 10. So, it's almost 5 dB lower, the tape tracks. But if you listen, they're louder. Okay, so I want to add this because I think it's worth mentioning. When you're hearing the Burls and tape on the YouTube video, you are hearing the tape not in its purest form because you're hearing it transferred through the Burls. If you were in my room and heard the tape straight off the console, it is a lot bigger than after I transfer it through the Burls. Not that the Burls is really taking a lot away. It does lose some size. notice when I'm listening to straight off the tape onto the console, a cymbal hit is so clear and detailed, it's like you could see it being hit.